Wi-Fi signal ain't the best.
This is what you used to, right? This is what you used to. This is what you used to. This is what you used to.
What has happened to the show?
But he pop up with this. He pop up.
All right, good evening and welcome to the Brown Paper Bag. God dang it, I'm in. Stuff already. This is terrible. Hold up. Let's start this over again. All right, happy Monday. Welcome back to the Brown Paper Bag Podcast. My name is Saul G. You can follow me at 50 Shades of Saul G. You can follow the entire Libretv network on Instagram. Yeah, I already know I messed it up. You can follow the entire Libretv network on Instagram at the Libretv network. You can follow me at 50 Shades of Saul G on Twitter. And you can follow the entire Libretv network on that old place that we used to be about 7 months ago. So that YT place where we used to be, you can follow us back there. But I'm joined as always by my wonderful co-host, this dude right here. Oh man, I gotta be like Kevin Samuels, man. Unmute yourself.
Man, I don't know what's going on, but what up, though? It's your boy Inspires the Block, or G Phrase, known to many. You can find me on all platforms that Inspires the Block, even the Libretv.co. What up, though? Glad to be back. What up, though?
That's what's up, man. And if everybody will ever watch the show, you know you gotta have your brown paper bag ready. So, Mr. G Phrase, what you sipping on tonight, man?
I ain't got the bag tonight because I totally forgot about it. But I mean, it's the usual, the Corona. The Corona, man.
We'll just imagine you pulled it out of a brown paper bag because I ain't doing nothing special tonight, man. I'm just doing straight up bottled water tonight, man. I don't know. I was on the treadmill earlier, man. I was dehydrated, so I gotta get my water and stuff back in, get my fluids back in me, man. Been gone for a little minute, man. How is life now? We won't necessarily, we'll keep the spirits up, but how is life right now? Is it getting any better, man? Light at the end of the tunnel. How you feeling?
No, it's getting better, and it is light at the end of the tunnel. Just don't keep it at that. Not go too deep into things I've been dealing with for almost like the past 2 months. With deaths, family and stuff like that. So but I mean, it's light at the end of the tunnel. Things is looking real promising. So I ain't got no complaints. I ain't got no troubles or none of that at the current moment. So life is peaceful right now.
Okay, man. Well, I'm glad to hear you. I'm glad to hear it, man. I'm glad to be back, man. I've been praying for you because, like I said, you had me worried there for a good little minute because it was like I didn't know exactly what it was. But it's like, somebody who you normally used to talking to every day, and then they kind of go ghost for a little bit. It's kind of sort of like, oh, man, what's going on? So it was just a little adjustment that, had to be made. But, man, glad to have you back, man. Glad to be doing the show again, man. Glad to, see that you appear to be in good spirits, man. So,
Yeah, man.
Let's get right into
Everything's good.
Man. Okay. Well, the first thing I want to do is I want to talk about sports. And since the last time we was on here, the Milwaukee Bucks are the NBA champions. Do you have any thoughts about them winning the title?
Don't have no bad thoughts at all. I mean, I wanted Phoenix to win. That's why I was going for Chris Paul. But this NBA Finals, I was cool with whoever won. Didn't make a difference. As long as it wasn't LeBron James, Steph Curry, Kevin Durant, none of the big names. I wanted to see something different. And I think everybody in America pleads right now to just see a different champion. It's similar to when my Pistons won in 2004. Like, that just shocked the world because Cole would have had won 3 straight. So it's kind of the same vibe, the same energy when the Pistons won in 2004.
Yeah, I got you. I mean, don't get me wrong. I mean, I feel like, well, since the Hawks didn't win, the team that beat the Hawks won. So it's the most Atlanta thing to happen. You know what I mean? It's kind of sort of like the one year we went to the playoffs, the Giants beat us in the first round, and they went on to beat
Yeah.
Tom Brady that year. So it's like if they beat Atlanta like last year in the World Series, had the Dodgers up 3-1. They come back on us, beat us in game 7. They end up going on to win the World Series. So after Milwaukee beat Atlanta, I said, yeah, well, there goes the champion because that's the most Atlanta thing to happen.
And it
Is
happened.
correct. The team that don't beat us, I mean, the team that beat us is going to end up going to go win the championship. Um, Shifting gears a little bit, um, I want to go ahead and we did this last year, and I must admit, I was pretty accurate. I was pretty accurate. I want to get your NFL picks for this year because last year I predicted the Falcons would go 6-10. I was 2 games over. I gave them too much credit last year when I told them we were terrible last year. So I gave them 6-10. So for people who just tuned in for the first time, like I said, now like, comment, subscribe on all platforms out there.
Yep.
So you can go find us anywhere out there. So like, comment, and subscribe us on any platform. But if you remember us from last year, your team is the Detroit Lions.
Correct.
Y'all have lost Matthew Stafford. Y'all have been replaced by the Rams quarterback. I believe it's Jared Goff.
Yeah.
Are you excited at all for the Lions this year?
Man, I don't even know, to be honest with you. I mean, of course, I'm a little excited to see what they do, but it's like they got rid of the reason why I stayed rocking with them, and that was with Matt Stafford, man. I mean, I can't just give up on them. You know, actually, this is what I'm looking for, right? I'm wishing Matthew Stafford were like I actually want to root for the Rams this year
Okay.
because I want to see him be successful,
Okay.
right? I want to see him go on to the playoffs, possibly win a Super Bowl or whatever.
Okay.
But another thing I'm looking for too is like if he have a bust season, it was him the whole time in Detroit. So I'm feeling
Oh my God. Okay, I feel you. Okay, so I put it to you like this. Another thing. Are you more excited about Michigan or are you more excited about the Lions?
Michigan for sure. I mean, you know, Michigan. The state as a whole is more of a college town than it
Okay.
is a professional.
Okay.
Yeah, so you know, it's the Wolverines all day long. I mean, because it's the Wolverines. I mean, they didn't won before. You know what I'm
All
saying?
right. So let's go ahead and call it, man. I'm not gonna do the, we're gonna get into the little Vegas stuff a little later, but I'm not gonna even tell you what it is. Detroit Lions over under 5 games.
If they get rid of if the Green Bay Packers get rid of Aaron Rodgers, we over, right? But if they don't, we 5 even. I'm gonna put it like that. I ain't gonna say under.
Okay.
I'm gonna
So
say 5 even. But
so y'all going 5-11, missing the playoffs. Okay. All right.
well, that's if Aaron Rodgers is still around.
Okay. And Michigan Wolverines over under 8 games.
Over.
Okay, so you're expecting a
That
good year
was
out of
easy.
Michigan football. Okay.
It's Harbaugh last chance. It's Harbaugh last chance. So I mean, he got to do something. So
I'm gonna predict my Oregon Ducks are going to win. They're gonna lose one random game within the season. So I'm gonna predict they probably be like 10. There you go, hating on my Ducks, but we coming back, man. And since the
Oregon
Falcons
Ducks.
won, since the Falcons won 4 games last year, I'm gonna say that
you
they're
might have to
worse
remove that
this
from me
year.
because my stuff running slow.
And they go 3 thoughts down. I'm gonna predict they go 3-13. Shout out to everybody watching us on Libretv, Facebook, the other platform that used to be on, or Twitter. Dr. Skissy, it's 2019, checking in. Welcome to the show tonight. And yeah, I'm gonna say the Falcons are 1 game worse without Julio Jones. So if they won 4 games last year, they'll win 3 without him. That's just my plan. I don't see the Falcons winning more than 3 games. So we'll be 3-13 this year, and probably looking to get a quarterback next year because it's gonna be it for Matt Ryan. We had a name change in Major League Baseball this week. Cleveland, the former, it's kind of like Prince, the team formerly known as Yeah, I don't know. Maybe Dr. Nikki is watching, or Dr. Dina is watching, and maybe they can tell us how they feel since they from Cleveland, or even Talicia, man, if she watching, man, let us know how you feel. But the Cleveland Indians are changing their name to the Cleveland Guardians. Your thoughts. You like the name? Do you think it's all right? What would you have changed it to? 'Cause I already told you what I would have changed it to. It even went better in Cleveland. So Cleveland, you should have called me and you messed it up.
I think. I mean, I don't have nothing against it. For one, it's not my team, so I'm not that really crazy about it. I think the Cleveland Guardians don't sound bad. I mean, it could be worse, like the Cleveland Grizzlies or something. I mean, like it could
I don't know.
it could be worse, man.
I just feel like, you know what I mean. Like they should have just went like real far, like out there. You know what I'm saying? I wanted Cleveland to go like, like something that don't even make no sense, like the Cleveland broccoli or the Cleveland yams, or like a food or something like that. You know what I mean? Or like they could have picked a dog or something like that because they got the Cleveland Browns. So maybe they could have picked like
Yeah.
the little wiener dog or something like that. They could have been the Cleveland Dachshunds or something like that. That's what I wanted, but I'm not gonna put my idea out there yet because I'm still waiting on Dan Snyder's the Washington Redskins to call me so I can fix your Washington football team problem. I'm just saying
That's terrible.
I only want like $2 million, sir. $2 million. I guarantee you'll have the number one selling jersey, hat, everything, man. I mean, your game's gonna be sold out, but merchandising, y'all have had the number one, and you will never ever in the history of this country have to change your name from now to the future. So Dan Snyder, I know you're a fan of the show. Owner of the Washington Redskins, holla at me, man. Go ahead and I'm gonna put my email in the description box so you can go ahead and send me that email. I'm gonna fix your Washington football team problem.
That's terrible. Now that's terrible. That's why I say it could be the Cleveland baseball team. Like that Washington football team is terrible, man.
Yeah, and it's
Like
still funny how the announcers still mess it up.
I bet they used to sound.
Go ahead.
Now, so they used to sound Washington Redskins. So I mean,
It's like almost like they mess up the L.A. Chargers. They keep saying San Diego. Sometimes they keep messing it up or whatnot. But let's get right into it. Since we went back onto that other platform, we're gonna do this next segment. I don't know. We might just talk about it, man, because I don't want to start off on a bad foot.
let's just talk about it. Let's just talk
about it for the night. So we don't even want to deal with we've been talking about baseball, and we don't want to start out with no strikes, man.
Yeah,
so
no.
let's just go ahead and just talk our way through our favorite segment, and I'll come back next week with some new uncopyrighted music that we can use. So I don't even want to play with the power that be tonight. So we're gonna do it like that. So with that being said, one more quick thing. Are you watching the Olympics?
No, not because not because I'm boycotting nothing like that. I just haven't watched it yet.
Okay, yeah. I'm boycotting the Olympics, but not for the reason why you think.
Okay, why? Why are you boycotting it?
Well, I have my numerous reasons, but it don't have nothing to do with BLM. It don't have nothing to do with them sending Sha'Carri Richardson home for marijuana. It don't have nothing to do with that. I'm only boycotting it because it's in Tokyo and it's in Japan, and I kind of found out, man, I have a problem with Japanese people, man. I don't know why, but yeah, I found out I had an issue with Japanese people.
Okay, they got a bill out right now called "Stop Asian Hate." We're gonna just...
I mean, I can't explain. I mean, like I like anime, but it was something that I started to see when I started looking at like the Asian hip hop scene.
Mm-hmm.
It bothered me, so that's the reason why. Because I started looking at Asian hip hop, and I'm like, so that's what y'all think about black people, huh? Because everything is, I mean, like because we on that platform now, I wanted to give an example of what I'm talking about. But it's the most ratchet hood. It's like they go above and beyond. It's like, like old boy said on the Boom Dots, I love doing hood rat things. Like they just take it to a whole nother extreme. The hair, the dancing, the everything, man. I'm just like, I'm boycotting only because of the Japanese hip hop culture. That's why.
Okay, all right, cool. I think that's safe. Hopefully.
Yeah, It's not. I don't have. Oh yeah, I mean, I don't have nothing to do. I still like my. I don't even know if hibachi is even Japanese, man. I know we eat it, But I don't even know. It seems like you go to Japan, you be like, man, I want to go get some hibachi. They'd be like, what's that? I feel like that's some American Japanese stuff. Anyway, let's go ahead and get into this next segment. We will have to do the dramatic pause tonight because, like I said, there will be no music. So remind me in about 20 minutes. I gotta go over this contest real quick. But yeah, let's go ahead and go to our next segment. Go ahead.
All right, normally, like I say,
Well, actually, you know what? I'm just gonna put it so it flashes up on the screen. I'm gonna cut it. So just say the first one pause, second one pause. This is gonna be like bam, bam. So this
okay,
so you can see it. All right, so hold on. Let me scroll down. All right, you ready?
smash, pass, or make it last.
All right. So we were talking a little bit about the Olympics, and we feel like one of the most controversial people lately has been this young lady, Sha'Carri Richardson, former LSU track athlete. She was sent home for coming up positive for a drug test. So, yeah, Corey, I don't know about this one, man. This is Miss Sha'Carri. You know what your standards have been and your consistency has been. I was looking for some pictures of her kind of outside of track stuff, but she doesn't really, it wasn't a lot that I could find. And I was just like, yeah, I can't just go looking for pictures for an extended period of time. But yeah, when it comes to Sha'Carri Richardson, are you gonna smash, pass, or make it last?
Definitely pass, and I'm gonna say why. I don't.
Yeah, it was 2 seconds. It was 2 seconds, but go ahead, man.
As an athlete, man, I'm kind of cool on that, man. So a little bit too muscular, too rough around the edges. I get, the persona, tattoos and all that, but I like mine soft, like my wife, man. Hey, just what it is. I don't want nothing hard. I'm hard. I'm hard as they come. So, we're gonna put it like that, bro. That wasn't even hard. So.
All right, cool. Man, I was kind of torn on this one. I ain't gonna lie. For like 2 seconds, I was torn.
What?
Wait, let me explain, right? Let me explain. See, we talked about the I'm always big on my legacy, and I'm always thinking about if I gonna be able to have me some LeBrons or something someday. So when I see that young lady, running like that, I be like, man, if she already at about like a 10-9, then if I can just give her a little something, man, that boy should be beating Usain Bolt. You know what I'm saying? So it's like when you sit there and you look at the genetics, I'm like, well, do I maybe? I said we need another category. I would make a baby with her. I don't even really just want to smash. I just want to make a child with her. But I guess I'll be closer to smash. But to stay consistent, I got to pull this picture back up. So I got to point out something so I can stay consistent. Even though I don't think you can see him really in this picture, you can. All right. She tucked her hands in. Okay, but. Because she tucked her hands in, you can't see those long nails. And because you can't see those long nails, you know how your boy does it. Probability to make a sandwich. And I highly doubt with them super long nails, she's going to be making a sandwich. So even though I would love to make a superhuman baby with her, I'm just saying, I just feel like the nails, hers is really long. They'll be getting caught in my bread. So, just to avoid me eating acrylic or getting food poisoning from her nails, I'm going to have to pass.
Okay.
So
I don't know. She grew up kind of rough. So, I mean, I give her the benefit of the doubt of being able to make a sandwich.
I think she can make some ramen noodles. I don't think she can make a sandwich, though, because I'm telling you, them nails is going to be problematic.
She still got a grandmama, man. I seen her grandmama in the stands or something.
I'm gonna have to do some more research. So if I had to come back and re-examine my pick later on, but probability to make a sandwich, I'm just saying she just looked like she'll end up throwing a sandwich at me. Just, you know what I mean? And then she got that. She got that. Let me go back. Let me see. Cause I think she got like the little thing. You know what I mean? Like, look at them. Yeah, she might try me one time. You know what I'm saying? And I'm
definitely that.
I'm not the type to try to throw somebody through a wall or something like that. But she looked like
Definitely
she had
that.
tried me, and then she might hit me and run away,
You
and
can't
I'm
catch her.
not catching her. I'm
No,
not
you ain't
catching
catching
her.
her.
You
No.
know what I mean? So it's just like whatever. You know what I'm saying at this point. So yeah,
She the
I
cut
wouldn't.
dust.
That's a good reason right there. I would. Yeah, I don't want to date nobody I can't run away from. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
no,
She that fast. Either way, she either chasing you down if you did something, or
definitely.
she gonna run away and you ain't gonna be able to get her. Be like, yeah, I don't want either one of those. But if you look at the topic of the night show, once again, thank you everybody for tuning in. Make sure you're sharing the show with your friends. Make sure you tell them how every Monday that you tune into the BPB podcast.
Did it right that time.
That's right.
Yeah, you got it right that time.
That's right, man. The other place gonna be like Zap, but
Yep.
it's all good. So tonight's show is about 7 tips to have a healthy sex life, says the so-called sex experts. So these are not our ideas. These are not our thoughts. We didn't come up. We didn't compile the list. These were gathered by people who apparently went to school or on the last one did a lot of porno and became a sex expert. And these are their recommendations. So we're going to give you the recommendations, and then we're going to discuss them. So let's go to number 1. Practice the platinum rule. It says, we all know the golden rule. Do unto others as you'd like done unto yourself. But the platinum rule is really where it's at. Do unto your partner that which they would like done for themselves. G Phrase, what are
Hold
your
on,
thoughts about the
read that.
platinum rule?
Read that last line first. I need to see that again.
Read
The
me the
last.
last line first again.
Well, just read it as a whole, but more so emphasis on the
Gotcha.
last line.
Okay, I'll just say it says practice the platinum rule. We all know the golden rule. Do unto others as you like done unto yourself. But the platinum rule is really where it's at. Do unto your partner that which they would like done for themselves.
You know what? I don't have a lot of disagreement with that one, especially like when I think about it, especially based on the topic tonight. Yeah, I mean, I can actually see why that is a golden rule because I mean, who wouldn't want certain pleasures and not give it to their partner? You get what I'm saying? And in this case, me and you marry our wives. So,
Well, I'm gonna get into that to part 2, but there's a caveat to that, though, right?
oh, what is it? What you got? What you see?
Okay, now I just want to say the caveat, right? Now listen to this part. It says, "Do unto your partner that which they would like done for themselves." Okay,
No, you're right. That is kind of tricky.
Okay,
Not
but
a much.
what I'm saying, I take that back. I read that wrong. I thought it was saying like do to your partner like
What you want done to you.
exactly. That's the reason why I was like,
Okay.
well, hold up. Because she says she wants some stuff. That don't mean I want it done to me, but we gonna clear that part up. But if it just means like basically reciprocation, I think that's a good positive thing for your sex life. You know what I mean?
Quid pro quo. Quid
yeah.
pro quo.
Yeah, you understand what I'm saying? Or it's about if you're interested, or if it's a goal, or if it's a focus of yours to please your sexual partner, then this should pretty much be simple. It is basically saying that you should be trying to do within reason.
Yeah, within
whatever,
reason.
whatever it takes for your partner to be sexually satisfied within reason. Like I said, as long as, but we gonna get to that, and then that's gonna help explain it a little later. But we'll get into that. So yeah, I think the first one's pretty much self-explanatory. Hopefully, I put these in order. Here we go. Number 2. Don't compare your sex lives to other. Rick and Jane, I'll just tell you before, that said that did not say Jane before. I had to change the dude that they had in there, and I was like, gross. But anyway, it said Rick and Jane have way more sex than us. It's a big no-no, but a really common pitfall that couples fall into. When we begin to compare ourselves to other people, we often find a way to either make ourselves seem better or seem less than. What are your thoughts on comparing your sex life to the sex life of others, saying, hey, looks like Rick and Jane have a lot of sex over there. Why aren't we having as much sex as Rick and Jane? You think this is good advice? What do you think about this one? I think this was pretty self-explanatory too, but what are your thoughts?
I mean, my thoughts on the first. I mean, first and foremost, it's terrible, right? Because like, how many people bedroom are you privy to even have a real comparison? You get what
That's
I'm
my
saying?
point.
Like who sits around and just talk? Yeah, I just smashed shit up my wife last night. Like who talks like that? You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah, that's my point. Like, hey man, what you doing?
so
Oh man, I'm about to
yeah,
call
like
my wife out, dog. Let me call you back in about 30
yeah, like
minutes.
who
Yeah,
who
who
who talks
knows
like
about
that?
their partner sex life? That's my point. Yeah,
So
I think you,
I mean, you've been boys for a long time. We've never talked about our bedrooms.
correct, but this is the
Never.
thing, right? And it's starting to kind of take shape about what who were the sex therapists that created this because maybe that's something they talk about. But hey, if some of our American friends out there, some of our American, Irish, Italian, European friends out there watching, do y'all discuss y'all sex life with y'all friends? Because it doesn't seem like the thing in the black community, especially when you married. When you
Yeah.
married, it's a no go. When you single, that's a whole nother story. I'm talking about married couples knowing about. First of all, I'm thinking to myself, well, I do take that back. I remember one time I was staying with this young lady, and there was this couple next door, and they had thin walls. So,
That, but that ain't discussing it though. So I mean,
right,
it's
no,
like
I get
you
that
still
though.
don't even know what they doing. You still don't know what they doing.
Oh, you know what they was doing.
No, what I'm talking about, like far as like the context of what they're doing.
I get it though, but if you keep hearing you keep hearing like a headboard hitting the wall and some
Yeah,
screaming going on in the other room, then it's like, yeah, you pretty much get the idea.
yeah, but
But
what if they got some real like kinky, some real spicy shit going
I,
on? Or
I mean,
you still
we
not
don't
gonna.
know that. I'm just talking about like I think this is more or less like frequency. I don't think it's saying I want to have sex exactly in the manner to produce the sounds or whatever noises or whatever frequency that I'm hearing. I just believe that it's saying, it's just like, oh man, they having sex again. You know what I mean? Oh my God, they doing it again. I think it's more or less like that. So I
Okay,
said, yeah, if you live in an apartment with some slim walls, that might bring it up. I'm just trying to think about a way besides talking about how you having sex with your wife with another couple for it to really be brought to the surface. So I'm saying, you live in an apartment with some thin walls, maybe that's what happened. All
I
right,
guess, man. I
all
guess.
right. Let's go on to number 3.
Okay.
It says focus on what turns you on about your partner, not turnoffs. It says when couples come to me to spice up their sex life, I encourage them to be intentional about when they find their partners attractive or sexually appealing. It's so easy to dwell on the things that turn us off, but we don't spend enough time focusing on what turns us on.
Hmm. That one there, that's like I can see a little bit of both. I can see a little bit of truth and a little bit of over exaggeration in that one, right?
Okay.
And the reason why I say that is because, like for example, as a man, right, we're not very emotional when it comes to sex. Like we don't need a warm up game. We don't need none of that. It's mere sight or the thought, right? So it's popping, right? So
Well,
if you
we'll say let's be fair to some of the other men out there. Some we'll just say some. We don't say all men.
no, I'm saying all men because like if you need your nipples licked on before you need to get ready, you see you chirping.
Man,
So no,
I'm saying some men are like, the visual is not enough. They need for their mind to be stimulated. They could be a sapiosexual and they want to have a deep conversation before.
he a little spicy, man. He don't fit in this club. If you need all that, no, we straight. We dealing with straight masculinity on this side of the board, bro. So no,
Go ahead. All right,
no,
cool. I was trying to throw the olive branch out
no,
there. That'll be back on that other place.
nah.
We
That's some
also
spice. That's some spicy shit right there. No, we
go
cool.
ahead, go ahead. Nah, we good.
No.
So what you saying? I'm sorry.
So yeah, so I mean, like I say, if you're dealing from your straight masculinity, then it's mere sight, and I don't think that you really have time to even focus on that other part. Like I mean, especially like I said, keep in mind we talking about partner, right? I mean, you can get content in your relationship, whatever, but I think that I don't know. Like I said, I think that's a little bit of over exaggeration and also a little bit of truth.
Yeah, I think the part where they say don't focus. Well, number one, focus on what turns you on about your partner, right? So I'm sitting there thinking to myself, like, what if it's about them? Then That you know what I mean? It's like I can even go back to the single game. It's almost like, bro, you trying to talk yourself out the bedroom? You trying to
Yeah,
talk yourself out to talk about what you don't like or what turns you off about them, not about the
yeah.
act, not about what you're doing, just them. Oh, I really don't like when you have this on, or you're not this, or you. Nah, I'm not spending my time trying to tell nobody what turns me off about them. I can speak
Yeah.
in generalities about sex, period, but I defining it down to them. Yeah, you really trying to sleep on the couch, or you really trying to just
Oh,
get the cold
definitely.
shoulder by
Yeah.
telling, by focusing. That's why I'm like, who focuses on what turns them off in the bedroom? That's weird. Like as far as their partner is concerned, you see what I'm saying?
Yeah. Like that's why I say a little bit over exaggeration on that. Like with that
Yeah,
point.
yeah, who's talking to their partner about what turns them off about them? And somebody would say, well, that's if y'all didn't have a good connection, or maybe there was something. I said, I get that, but it's like you ain't gonna spice up the bedroom by telling somebody what turns
No,
them off.
it's gonna go dead. It's gonna go
Yeah,
dead immediately.
it's gonna go dead on one side or the other. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like one way or the other, it is not gonna work. That communication, I believe, needs to happen when it's not sexual at all. Y'all eating, you know what I mean? Like y'all can be watching a movie or something, driving in the car. That's when
Uh,
I think some of those conversations. But if it's like if y'all about to start doing, so I think these are all bedroom conversations. So that's the reason why I'm like, yeah, I'm not feeling this one either.
yeah. Somebody, whoever created that one was tripping.
Yep, yeah, these are all PhD sex psychologists apparently. But
Yeah.
let's keep going. 4, have sex at least once a week. Study shows that couple that have sex at least once a week have a higher level of relational satisfaction than couples who have sex less than once a week. So when I thought about this, right, and I said couples that have sex less than once a week, is that possible?
I mean,
No, I mean
yeah,
because like they're saying like have sex at least once, right? So
yeah.
I'm thinking to myself like, okay, let's just break this down simple. What's the next number below one?
None.
So it's like you're not having sex at all. Is my point. You see what I'm saying? It's like they're saying at least once a week, but I guess you're gonna extend it out and say, okay, well, we having sex once every 2 weeks. But I'm like, yeah, that's a pretty low number. But yeah, have sex at least once a week.
I
One,
think that. Well, yeah, I think that makes sense because I mean, at the end of the day, too, though, it's like life gets in the way of certain things, right?
yeah,
To a certain things takes precedence over other things. And so, in a relationship, that can be the quickest one that you forget, especially if you're dealing with a high level of depression or stress or stuff like that. But I still think that, that kind of makes sense. Like I know people that have a day scheduled on the calendar.
yeah, no, I can't do that.
Nah,
Well,
me neither, but I'm just saying I know people that do it for that purpose though.
yeah. I can say like because I'm traveling a lot, it's a little different for me. But it's like if I'm home, it's not like once a week is not happening. But it's like I get it, but it
Uh-huh.
also depends. I'm talking about like if you coming home to each other, if y'all in the same bed every single night, then once a week, if that does it for you, then that's perfectly fine. But
But
when
I think they said at least. Like they
yeah,
saying
at least
pretty
once
much
a week. That's what I'm trying to say. But
make it happen.
yeah, I mean, at least that means that you're at least being intimate once a week, which is fine. But I'm just like for me, nah, that's like it's once a week would not be sufficient enough. Like I said, I only got 2.5 years left of this job right here, and then once I am at home, yeah, I will be recouping all of my lost time out here on the road. So yeah, I think it's a good start. It's basic, but once a week, if you're at least getting in once a week, that means y'all being intimate. I don't see no problem.
Yeah.
Less than once a week, I'm gonna say it's probably problematic. Something's going on.
Yeah.
Because if y'all not getting intimate on a weekly basis, in my opinion, that's problematic. Because the question you got to ask yourself, why? You don't want to. You know what I mean? Sex is supposed to be a stress release. It's supposed to be a part where you and your partner, y'all are intimate. Y'all get close to each other, and it's just like you don't feel like doing that. I don't know. That ain't a good look. Is all I'm gonna say.
Yeah, facts.
Number 5, schedule kid-free date night. Better yet, pencil in hotel sex dates. Says so much energy goes into the kids that couples are too exhausted to nurture each other. The best thing you can do for your kids is to show them that you have a connection outside of them. I'm gonna come back to that. That you are not just together because of them, but because you genuinely enjoy each other. Okay, they fixed it. What are your thoughts on that? Set up a sex date. Go to the hotel, motel, Holiday Inn, and get it in. Leave
Yeah,
the kids at home.
I can see that. I mean, I can see that because, like, for example, for my wife's birthday, we went to the Westin. So you could consider that somewhat of that. But I mean, I think that's important 'cause just to get
Wait,
away
where did you say you went?
the Westin.
Oh, okay, continue.
No, I caught it on Groupon, brother.
It don't matter, man. The
No,
Westie, yeah, but go ahead, man.
no. Caught it on Groupon, brother. Got a major discount on Groupon. So,
I was trying to get into the
see,
business.
now she gonna watch this, and then now she gonna know how to discount the shit out of it because you.
I was giving you your props, man. And you the one told on yourself.
You putting gifts and shit up, man. Like, come
Hey,
on, man.
man, fancy, man.
Okay, no, I was making a point. Man.
I apologize, man. I apologize. Continue.
But no, I agree with the statement. I think that's imperative. I think that's very important, especially when you have kids involved. You do because, like, I agree with that. Like, the kids you get caught up in that, and thinking that you're really doing this. Really, the more energy you're putting towards the kids, but then you're neglecting your partner in the process of that. So,
Right.
So I think that's important.
Yeah, I agree with that second part. I just don't agree that necessarily kids. I think that's an adult way of thinking for a child, right? Like, I don't see it at any point well, I mean, I get it where they talk about, so it basically seems like they're just not together just for you.
Yeah.
But I honestly think that sometimes kids don't matter. They really want their parents together. You know what I mean? So
yeah,
even if they just stand together for them, they like, so that's fine.
Yeah, that's
you know
fine
what I
with
mean?
them.
Like,
Yeah.
I don't think they care, but they don't want to see their parents split up. That's the reason why I was like, yeah, I kind of don't agree with that last part a little bit, but yeah. So I think that's a good one. Schedule a little rendezvous. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I don't care. I don't care if you just go find a parking lot.
There you go. I mean, I
hey.
think one of these might be what you're alluding to. Let me see what number 6 is. Number 6 says have outer course. What's that, you ask? We'll explain. It said for most of us, intercourse is often the main entree on the sex menu. Outer course, aka oral sex, manual stimulation, and other forms in touch and direct clitoral stimulation are put on the back burner. So it's saying you need to get some outer course in your life. It ain't all just about intercourse. Your thoughts on outer course? I hate that term, but sure, why not? Outer course. What are your thoughts?
Yeah, I mean, no, you got to. I mean, because who don't? We're gonna stick to it, frame because we back on this little, particular platform, and they being very, very touchy and picky. So I think
the limit of everything.
Yeah, I think that is a good word to use. Outer course. I think outer course is good. It brings a different dynamic to the sex life. Because keep in mind, the intercourse can just get plain. I mean, it's usually any number of 3 positions, right? It's 3 positions, 3 to 4.
Yeah, I mean, yeah.
But the outer course takes it to a higher level of ecstasy, man. So for him and her.
Yeah.
So that's
I mean, I know cats be like 3 course. I mean, being real, yeah, it is. That's pretty much it. It's either you on top, he on top, and from the back. It's pretty. That's how it is, man. Like I'm pretty sure those the 3 you were talking about. I don't know if you were talking about something else, but that's pretty much it, man.
You can throw it from the back, from the side. That's about it. That's about as far as it's going.
That might be that's like 3A, 3B, or 1A, 1B, depending on how you do it. But it's like, man,
it ain't that many positions.
Yeah. I know they talking about it's over 300, and somebody be like, well, maybe I need to. Whatever, man. I'm just saying that I agree with you pretty much, man. It's about 3, and you toss them up. As far as outer course goes, man, outer course is one of my like most favorite things, man. I'm like, sometimes it's just like, hey, because in the outer course, right? It's like, for example, right? The outer course, it ain't really no holding back because you don't. It's like. You don't for example, when you're having sex, there is a good reason to hold back.
Mm-hmm.
right? Because you're concerned about your partner, you want to make sure they taken care of. You ain't just trying to get talked about later on by the water
Yeah.
cooler. No way. So, our intercourse, it makes sense to kind of sort of hold back, save yourself for later on, whatever. Out of course, it's like shoot, the quicker you can go ahead and get it out the way, the
Yeah.
better it is. You understand what I'm saying? So it don't matter if it's the woman, the man, whatever the case may be. That's why I'm like, if you're in a relationship and y'all aren't doing out of course, uh, y'all need to do that. Some massages, some other things, man. Y'all need to throw that in the mix because, yeah, like you said, man, intercourse, three position, flip it up. Depending on how much extra stimulus y'all have probably had that's gonna pretty much change how that's probably gonna go. So
Yeah.
like hey, y'all been drinking, okay, cool. Y'all been smoking, y'all,
Another thing too with just intercourse, right?
okay.
Like that's gonna go by fast. Out of course, man. You can take your time. You can, you know,
Yeah, yeah, it's not.
preserve your energy.
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah, you know what I mean. It's I mean, you can have games and stuff, man. I mean,
yeah,
I think that's the most fun because the thing about it to me is when it's happening most of the time, it's about one. It's normally one partner at a time.
yep, it is. Yeah,
Whole time. So it's like you get to focus in on your partner, and you
yep,
can just only worry about how they feel and
yep.
what you got going on. And then it's like, okay, then when she get done, okay, now it's back on to me, and it's like, okay, if everything is being reciprocated, I just think it's a very, very healthy thing for a healthy relationship. Now, this last one came from the only person without a PhD, unless PhD stands for I can't even think if that's some sort of thing that you can put onto a porn site and something would come up. But if it would, I don't know what PhD would mean. Don't go looking that up. Whoever is watching this show, do not go to any adult site and type in PhD because it might be something crazy. But this young lady has definitely had her share of penises in her life. So this was her addition to make this number 7. She said, pleasure yourself in front of your partner. Masturbating allows your partner to see you enjoy pleasure, which can build intimacy, says Moon. Okay, so if you know whose last name is Moon, you know who I'm talking about. Allowing your partner to witness how and where you like to be touched is practicing a level of vulnerability that encourages closeness. Um, your your thoughts on the your thoughts on pleasuring yourself in front of your
Uh,
partner. Thoughts?
First, man, I gotta let Pastor Duval respond to that one first. Okay.
No can do, Hey, bitch, you going too far. No can do.
Well, okay, go ahead. Oh, you muted.
Okay.
Okay, yeah.
There you go. Nah, that's some bullshit right there, bro. From a guy perspective, like, keep in mind, who wants to do that? I'm ready to jam. Like, you know what I'm saying? I'm ready to hit it with the rock. Why would I do that? Like, why? You know what I'm saying? Like, I know nigga been to prison and all, but it's like that ain't really. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's terrible. Especially with you got a whole woman right there. Like, why? Like, why?
Right,
Who wants to
right.
masturbate and they got a whole woman right there? Like, that's just
I'm
come
saying
on,
this.
man.
I'm like,
Come on, man.
when I read this and I said, "What?" I was like, hold on. I'll let my man speak for that one.
Nah, man, that's corny there.
I was like, man, hold on. You want me to sit here and as I was just saying, you need me to smang my meat in front of you so that you can quote unquote know what pleases me? I'm like,
Nah,
you got what pleases me. What are you talking
really?
about? You understand what I'm saying? I'm like, this one was a little bit now. And the woman a little different, man. Now, if the woman want to do it, because you got to remember, a woman is to me they're like at the epitome of like like sexiness. You know what I mean? Like they sexual energy is just killing ours. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So if a woman wanted to do this, right? I would be perfectly fine with a woman doing this, but from a man's perspective, you know what I'm saying? You want me to do this so you can know how I like to be tough. I mean, I'm like, I don't really get that. You know what I mean? I'm like, you know, it's like I know they got all these other terms, and it's funny to me the way they call them erogenous zones and all these other stuff. But when it's like when people be like, "What's your erogenous zone?" I'm like, it's right there. What
Mhm.
other zones are you talking about? You know what
I'm
I'm
a,
saying? Like,
I'm
that's
I,
good.
I'm gonna say this right. That last question right had to come from a study not pertaining to black people. Like I'm just gonna put it like that, man. Like
That well, that's what I'm saying. This one came from the doctor who was a former porn star. So,
yeah, that had to come from a different ethnic group because that ain't us, man. Like that ain't
right,
that
right,
ain't that. You know, we've been in for the most part, most of us, and that I know of. I mean, especially I can speak for myself, but you know, we've been blessed and endowed with certain gifts.
yeah.
So if you got to do that for your old lady to find out what you like,
It, it
how to be?
seems
Come on.
like, but that's what I'm saying. Like, it kind of goes back and once again, if you're like I think they call them a voyeur, and they say like you like to watch, and that's what you get into, so be it. I'm just saying for like me personally, like I don't, it just feel weird, man. Like I wouldn't even like I said, no matter
That's
which one
creepy,
it
bro.
was, I just like, yeah, it's something. I feel like that is something that should be done on my own time. With you,
Nigga in jail or somewhere, man. You can't
but
be
that's what
no.
I'm saying. When you are nowhere around, that makes sense. But I'm like,
Yeah,
I got a whole vagina over here that I'm not gonna use because you want to know. I'm like, because what I'm doing is I'm pretending that I'm there. So
really.
it's
When I can be there,
yeah, that's like some old
I'm pretty sure I'm cubic inches away. Like
yeah,
what?
like I can't, I can't,
Now
man.
you're the
Like
whole foot away. It's like
it's like yeah, that whole let me do that in front of you type of thing.
nah, man. That's
That's
weird. That's
the
weird, bro.
whole. You understand what I'm saying? For the purposes of you to learn me, that's the part that I'm like, nah.
I'm not that deep. I'm not that deep and complex. So
Correct. Because that's the part that I'm sitting there like, well, what are we doing right now? You need to learn. I mean, it is what it is.
in a short conversation, boom, you know me.
Yeah, there
Very
it is,
short,
man. There it is.
very short, not even long.
All right. Well, that's our show for tonight, man. We like I said, tonight's show was about 7 tips from some quote unquote experts and pros about how to have a sexy. I'm not a sexy, a healthy sex life, and we broke down 7 of those tips from our experts.
This is why you don't give a lot of credit to so-called experts, right?
Well, and a lot of times the sex experts are either unmarried or when you see them, you like, I would never want to talk to that person about sex.
I'm
Never.
talking about on a broad spectrum,
Oh
right?
yeah, I get that. I'm saying, but have you seen some of these sex therapists?
Yeah, I have. They look terrible. I mean,
Yeah, that's what
they
I'm saying. They don't look like the ones in the flicks.
no, they not.
Yeah, nah, they don't look like
Nah,
nah, they don't look like
They the
Great
worst of the
Heights
worst.
Cinemax or something like
Nah,
that. Yeah, they look
nah,
terrible. Like what was the one doctor? I mean, I remember what Dr. Ruth.
they're terrible.
One of the most. I mean, I'm looking at old lady was like,
You ain't getting it in.
nah. I even saw some of her younger pictures, and I was like, nah, still not. But that's
Uh,
gonna be our show for tonight. I just
Hold
want
on, real quick. Elijah
to
Muhammad said it best. He said, "If you teach anything, somebody will follow it." So you can be any person to teach anything. Somebody gonna follow it.
no doubt, no
So
doubt, no doubt. All right, so here we go, man. I told you, I know we passed 20 minutes, but hey, if you tuned in, this is how you win stuff on this platform. This is how you win stuff on this show. A movie that I'm looking forward to is coming out in 2 weeks called Suicide Squad or The Suicide Squad, right? And this Suicide Squad, unlike the first one, has promised to have tons of character deaths. It's supposed to be extremely violent, which means that there should only be a certain amount of characters. Like I believe there's like 20 characters,
mhm.
and supposedly only like 4 of them are going to survive. So basically, what I'm going to do is, and I gotta see, we're gonna try to do this on Libretv. We're gonna set up a night, hopefully premiere night, where we're gonna all watch this together, and it's gonna be a $500 pool. Whatever character you pick, if he or she is alive at the end of the movie, then you're gonna get your name thrown into the hat. Whoever's name gets picked out gets $500. So I'm calling it a Suicide Squad. I forgot what they call it. It's like the movie Deadpool. That's
Raffle.
what it is.
A Suicide Squad
Well,
raffle.
it's a Suicide Squad Deadpool. That's technically what it is. Because remember in the movie Deadpool when they had everybody on the board of who was going to die tonight and they had the odds. So that's technically what it is. It's called a Deadpool. So in this Deadpool, we're going to have everybody pick whoever character they want, right? And it's all done first come, first serve. I have already, well, hold on. I'm sorry, Felicia has been the only one to pick. So me being the gentleman I am, I will let you pick, and then I'm going to go after you. And whoever either hits me up on Twitter, whoever puts in a comment on that other platform where we're at, whoever puts something in on Libretv, Facebook, doesn't matter. I need for you to put which character you believe will make it to the end of the movie. So I'll just show them. They're right here. So if you look, you got Rick Flag, you got Polka Dot Man, you got King Shark, you got I believe it's TDK, and that I believe is the dismembering kid, Javelin, the Thinker, Savant, the Black Knight. The Black Guard. No, the whatever that dude's name is. Harley Quinn, Peacemaker, Mongal, Bloodsport, Ratcatcher 2, and I forgot somebody up at the top, but I don't know who that is. So, Cord, T-Frey, who do you believe? And I would say Felicia has taken Bloodsport off the table, and Bloodsport is Idris Elba's character.
All right, so I'm gonna go with dang, I think this the dude right here. I can't really see it. Let me see. Let me widen my screen real quick.
And you also have Captain Boomerang. I left him off, and I think that says Soul Soria or something like that. I can't remember. I think that's what it says at the top. Oh yeah, Soul Soria. So that doesn't seem like a good pick, but yeah.
I'm gonna go with the.
Oh yeah, you also got the Weasel, Blackguard, and those are two that I forgot.
Oh no, okay, Blackguard got a gun, but he looked like he'd be the first one to go. So even though he got a strap, I'm gonna go with Thinker.
The Thinker.
Yep.
All right. Okay. So Corey has elected the Thinker. So now the Thinker is officially off the board, which means that you still got Amanda Waller left. You got Rick Flag left, Polka Dot Man, King Shark.
Who playing the Thinker?
Huh?
Who playing the Thinker?
I don't know.
Oh my God.
I don't know. I mean, I'm just gonna say, you picked him. I'm just saying I don't know his name, so
Well, how did you know Idris Elba was in it though?
Okay, well, air quote the main characters because they the bigger actors.
Is Will Smith in this one?
Nah, Will Smith's not in it. Like Bloodsport is technically his replacement. It's basically they didn't want to replace him with Will Smith just in case Will Smith decided he wanted to come back later. So they made an exact character who's like Will Smith's character. His name is Bloodsport. He's like an assassin. He wears like a little thing over his head, just like Will Smith did.
Okay, well, I'm changing mine then.
Okay.
I'm going to Bloodsport.
No, that's the one that Felicia had.
Oh, well, I guess I got to stick with mine then. I got to stick with the Thinker then.
Okay, so you're going to stick with the Thinker. Okay. Just because I just feel like there's no way they can kill her off. I'm going to go with Harley Quinn because I feel like she's going to be safe. Because if they kill her out of this movie, they can't do anything else with her. But I'm still kind of scared to even call her. But then I could go with John Cena's character because he's supposed to have an HBO special after this. So, because it's like I could go with somebody who I'm 100% sure is going to die, But I'm like, you know what? I don't even want to do that. Well, I'll put it to you like this, because I need to get somebody who's going to 100% die, because it would suck for me to have a contest and I end up winning. I'm not going to take one of the characters. So I'm going to pick somebody who's guaranteed to die. And I am going to take Javelin.
Okay, I don't know nothing about him.
Javelin is an Olympic athlete. His weapon is javelin. He started killing people with a javelin, which is basically a spear. Doesn't have any guns, doesn't have any other. He's an Olympic level athlete who throws a javelin at people. So Javelin, the Thinker, and Bloodsport are off the board. So whoever you want to do, you got to make sure you get in contact with us before we do it, because I'm trying to set up this Suicide Squad watch party, not this coming Friday, but the following Friday. So we will definitely see how that goes. Winner will either get Zelda cashed after money, but we're going to see how that goes. Another thing I got to do tonight is we do have another sponsor on the Libretv network. So I'm going to go ahead and let them play. This is for all my gamblers and all my people who are in the sports. You might want to check out this sponsor.
Pick it up, pick it up, pick it up, pick it up. You see the drippy, I'm fitted up. Hop in my car and the giddy up. Secure the bag, yeah, I get the bus. Pick it up, pick it up, pick it up. You see the drippy, I'm fitted up. Hop in my car and the giddy up. Secure the bag, yeah, I get the bus. Pick it up, pick it up, pick it up, pick it up. Ooh, I've been on the flex since flex on.
All right, so you can go get all your sports picks at goodmoneypicks.com. All right, you got anything else for the people tonight there, good sir?
No, listen, just glad to be back on the BPP. You understand what I'm saying?
That's right, on the BPP. That's right. Got to jack up the algorithm.
Yeah, we back, and like I said, man, just glad to be back. Appreciate the love and support since we've been away for a minute. Life been in the way for a moment, but life is back. So your boy is back, and then holla at your boy, middlepassmedia.com LLC now. So we're working on that, getting that all the way back together. And also, like I said, just pray that everybody have a blessed day on purpose as usual.
Yeah, I just want to say, man, this is going to be a full week of shows. Tomorrow, Critical Inception will finally be coming back. Wednesday, we'll have Purple Pill Politics. Thursday, I will be doing another Pollywood, and the topic of that show is going to be well, I wish I remembered the topic.
Okay.
I was gonna say, but it's I'm sorry, it's the expectation of monogamy. What is the expectation of a monogamous relationship?
Mm-hmm.
Saturday we'll be back with the Kamikage show. We have a Sunday Good News or Corrected Felon coming.
I don't know.
Okay, well, like I said, we're at least gonna get possible 4 or 5 days of full content on Libretv.
We definitely gonna get a Purple Pill.
Yeah. So I said Purple Pill on Wednesday. Definitely going to do that. But yeah, that's all I got, man. So if y'all don't have anything else, we'll be back next week on all our platforms. If you haven't already, make sure that you subscribe to us anywhere we might possibly be. So if you need to find us on other places, you can type in Libretv on that other platform.
Mm-hmm.
You'll be able to find us. You can subscribe over there if it's a lot easier. I know you get the notifications, whatever. It's cool. All right, it ain't gonna hurt me because we still doing what we doing over there at Libretv, just in case. Because like I said, that other place is really cutting down on everything from your content. Don't even have to be political anymore. It could be too much language. It's a lot of things that can get you taken down these days. So we're gonna play by the rules and do what we got to do and build things back up again. But until next week, man, I've been Saul G. This has been G Phrase. We've been the BPP podcast.
That sounds terrible, but we'll take it right now.
We'll see y'all next week. Wait, we'll see y'all Wednesday, man. We go.